I knew there was something else.
Thank you. Yeah, God, I remember that. The last one we did on the thing, we didn't do it. I was like, we have to do it by law at some point.
I don't remember it being on the thing.
We always did in July. And it was always the exact same thing. 1 minute.
See?
Nobody says a word. And we're done. But the law says you have
But I
to.
feel like there was a lot going on last time.
There was last
Yeah.
time. Like this time. Not.
Yeah, we're. Did anybody watch us online? I went back and watched a little bit of it. It really does echo when we have more than one mic on.
Oh, really?
So keep
I mean, it's
on-
okay, but you can tell when more than one mic is on. So I gotta remember to turn it off.
So turn it off.
Turn them off.
If they're red, they're turned off.
They're on.
Okay.
What year is this for you?
I gotta remember to talk and then turn it off so that somebody else talks, because you can really tell when it's. Close the collective bargaining hearing and open the regular board meeting. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance and then with silence. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Hoball, do we have any additions or changes to agenda items?
We do not.
And do we have any public comment?
We can barely hear you. I'm so sorry. I'm getting deaf.
Do we have any public comment? I think he said no. Is that better?
That's better. Thank
Okay,
you.
good. Okay, and so we will start with our superintendent report. Mr. Hoball?
Tonight, I'd like to welcome the one-room schoolhouse and our school marms. And it's been many, many, many years since we've had the one-room schoolhouse folks out to discuss one-room schoolhouse. I remember when I first started here. My mic's not. When we first started here, we used to do a meeting there every year, and that hasn't happened in like 8 or 9 years now. So
We all did it again.
Maybe we need,
thought it was fantastic when Lois reached out, and I'd love for ladies. I will say that we're having a little trouble trying to get the PowerPoint up. As you can tell, our screens aren't working real well right now. So we're working on it. But I welcome you guys to come up and kind of talk about the one-room schoolhouse. Thank you.
Thank you for allowing us to be here tonight and give you a little information about the one-room school. Is this on?
Press the button in the middle,
Okay, thank you.
I think.
I don't know if
Should turn red.
it didn't.
Having all kinds of problems.
I do know.
It's not.
I don't know.
We can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm a retired teacher, so I'll use my teacher
There
voice.
we go.
And I'm one of the school marms, and my husband and I live in Union Township, 52 years. And with me is Katrina Kaufman. She's also a retired teacher and lives in Middle Township. Rita Newton is also a school marm, and she's a retired teacher. And she lives in Boone County, but we want her anyway.
Where did you teach all your years? Sorry.
Do you really want to know?
Yes.
Yes. I taught at Lebo.
Okay.
Was at Western Boone. So if anyone had ever told me that I would be speaking at a Tri-West school board meeting, I would have said, you know.
And where did you
I
retire?
taught, well, I started out at North Salem and then had my daughter Jocelyn, who is the director, the play director there at Tri-West. That's my
Yes, you live
daughter.
right next to my grandma.
Yeah.
Judith Louds.
Really?
Yes.
Anyway, so and then I stayed home for 9 years and then I taught the rest of my time in Plainfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she did a lot of substituting at Pittsburgh. right?
Yes, I've done a lot of substituting and.
Where did you
Lebo
retire
and-
from?
I retired from the Lebanon Community School Corporation,
Okay.
but we've lived here 52 years.
Okay. Got it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm an educator as well, so that's why I'm like, where?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the three of us have a passion to preserve school number 3 and to help others learn about history. Have any of you been there inside the school?
Yep.
Okay, good.
It's neat.
Yeah, love it.
School number 3 is currently located in Pittsburgh, as you know. However, when it was built in 1883, it was located in a farm field about 4 miles north of Pittsburgh. The school was used until 1919. Then it fell into disrepair, and hay was stored in it, and animals would be coming in and out. All of the windows were gone. The door was gone. And some of the brick under the windows was also gone. In 1996, Frank McClung, who was the owner of the land at that time, he had inherited from his mother and aunt, sold school number 3 to the community, to Northwest School Corporation for $1. The school was moved to its present location in 1998 at the cost of $26,000. And work began on preserving the school, and this involved many fundraising events and many donated materials and workers. And maybe some of you look awfully young though. At the end of the 2-year project, the school was open to the public, and the cost was $130,000 plus the donated materials. Many community people at that time had a passion for history too, and they researched some of the history of the students that attended there in the year 1910, 1911. And that group also put together an educational program for class field trips. And some of those people were Dana Dillman from the corporation office, and Ruth, I want to say Ruth.
Talking about Judy?
Judy Pingle, and I should have written their names down. I wrote everything else down. And
Doris Martin.
Doris
Yeah,
Martin,
yeah.
thank you. I've only been teaching there since 2012. I remember something. Many of the community, as I said, researched that, and our program includes the state standards for grades 3 and 4. So we have those listed in our handbook that we give to the teachers. The school opened for field trips in the year 2000. So real quick, Matt, how many years have we been open for field trips?
25.
25, yoo-hoo. We're going to celebrate that, and that's one of the reasons we're here. From 2000 to 2020, the school would host approximately 60 to 84 groups a year. That's, you know, sometimes we had over 2,000 attending a field trip, or we had a short program for adults too. And then we had 2020, which COVID closed the school. And starting in 2021, our field trip numbers have dropped dramatically. Part of it, I think, has been due to funding for schools and the year that they were out with COVID. The one-room school income for repairs and maintenance and supplies for our 142-year-old building comes from our field trip fees, mostly. Classes in the Northwest Hendricks School District do not pay fees for their field trips, so all of those classes come at no charge. And during this last year, 2024, 2025, we hosted only 33 groups. And out of those groups, only 13 of them were paying groups. So the school is currently in need of one significant repair. And we wanted to make you aware of that tonight. But the happy part is that we are having an open house on September the 13th from 1 to 3. It's on a Saturday to celebrate 25 years of school number 3 being once again open to the public. You're invited to come, celebrate, and learn about this historic school. Now, Katrina and Rita have put together a PowerPoint of the school, and we would welcome any questions at the end of the PowerPoint. And at the end of the PowerPoint, I have a brochure that I'll give you for about the school. Thank you very much, and I'll turn it over to Katrina and Rita.
Okay, mostly Rita.
Mostly
I do want to tell you really quickly, I don't take up a lot of your time, but it's not my first Tri-West experience. My nephew, David Boone, was your drum major last year. And so I spent a lot of Friday nights at band competitions, and depending upon who marched first, WeBo or Tri-West, I put 2 shirts on and yanked. And that's not a lie, Katrina can tell you. I did that.
Loyalty.
I kind of had to be loyal to both things, you know, it was hard.
And this, just real quick, this is Jesselyn, and I was telling you about Jesselyn is the drama director there at Tri-West, and this is Doris Martin, and that's her with her ponytail.
What year?
Gosh, this was in 2000, so this was the first year it
It was the
opened.
first year.
Okay.
So this, and she would have been 3rd grade maybe, 3rd grade or something like that, or 4th grade. So, and when you get back to that one part and you
Okay.
mention it, I'll talk some more.
Okay.
So,
One of the things that we have talked about doing is maybe kind of updating our advertising, and we need maybe some more digital, some updating, some things that we would like to do. And at the end, I'm going to show you kind of an idea that we have that maybe we could work with your tech coordinator, your webmaster, whomever does the website. But right now, we're looking at kind of some new branding. Get ready to take your students out of virtual reality into historical reality when you visit the authentic one-room schoolhouse in Pittsboro, where it is always 1892. Hoosier Benjamin Harrison is in the White House. Excitement is growing over the upcoming Columbian Exposition in Chicago. And a local farmer is the first in the nation to plant a crop of soybeans imported from Japan. Did y'all know that? I didn't either. And now if his name was Adrian Parsons.
Oh, Adrian.
And if you look him up, he's all over the web. And recently, just a few years back, his family actually imported some of those same soybeans from Japan and are growing crops of them. So it's really a fascinating
We have a lovely
story.
jar in the one-room school.
We
We
do.
show the kids when we
And the
teach.
kids are really interested in that. Led by one of our school marms, your class will learn about these events and more during history class. They will experience a blab school, that drives me nuts as a teacher, okay, and an old-fashioned spelling bee. Scholars will do their sums on slates during arithmetic and will learn some fun songs and poems, participate in music and elocution classes. So trade day.
To add, they learn about the pledge and where the pledge
Yes.
came from. Because
We have a picture of that.
Francis Bellamy wrote that pledge in 1892.
Yep.
So we teach that, and we have the original pledge on the chalkboard there in the one-room school. So the kids stand up and they say the pledge. Of course, it's a little different.
They think they know it, but they don't.
Some of the kids will put their hands over their heart. Some of them are just like this. But we always point the ones out that use their hand over their heart, so.
Yeah,
No,
we
that's
don't
really
tell
cool.
them, the original Bellamy pledge or Bellamy salute was this,
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
My.
and you can kind of guess when that went away. Yes, exactly. So trade a day of iPads, laptops, and smart boards for slates, blackboards, and old-time readers as your class is immersed in the past. We're hoping that something like this, maybe will draw a little interest from some of those schools, some of those teachers that maybe we've lost over the years, or some that we don't have. Okay, so we'll be brief. This is obviously us now. We like to think that's what it looked like, though, when it was built.
Yeah.
I always call it the
The keystone.
Keystone. I say capstone. Katrina says keystone. The keystone was 1883. As Lois told you, it closed in 1919. So this picture is kind of halfway between where we are. It is 1892 in the building. Kind of halfway between where we are and when the school closed. And that's when, obviously, consolidation became a thing. So that picture was then. This is what it looked like in 1996 after 3/4 of a century of neglect. And I didn't see it, you did.
I did. We were in, I don't know if you remember the little Hoosiers group
Yeah.
that used to be
I was
at
just gonna
Pittsboro. And both my daughters were in it. And we did an excavation around there before they moved it. We were supposed to spend the night, but it was so cold. We ended up spending the night in the school building, the Pittsboro School Elementary. And so it was pretty cool. There's a picture of them and me. I looked a whole lot different then.
Yeah, it
A
happens.
long time ago.
Yeah.
I saw the cookbooks.
So, yeah, they did,
Yeah.
the scrapbook, it was amazing how much they did. So this is what it looked like when the McClungs said, oh, my sign got a little jagged there. We'll sell it to you for $1. So, but it wasn't just that easy. So is the one-room schoolhouse committee was formed, and as Katrina already talked about, the little Hoosiers who worked
To help raise money.
diligently to raise money. And then next, they had to have historical, significance. People had to come in and evaluate that. Structural engineering people came in, feasibility studies. Could you actually pick this thing up that is that old and move it 4 miles over what included an interstate, which was really the only way to get there. Once it was determined that, yes, it could be done, grant proposals, and you remember more of this than I do. Lots of fundraising, right?
Actually, I don't remember a lot of that because I was teaching.
Oops. You know, going through the scrapbook, there was a lot of fundraising being done. So that was in 1996, February of 98, so almost 2 years later, actually, yeah, right at
Yes,
2 years
2 years
later, it was ready to move. And I apologize, you know how fonts change when you've got a PowerPoint. This is it. This is a picture from the paper, so it's a little grainy, but I think you can see it's jacked up, ready to go. The trucks are there. This is it actually moving. Am I correct, Lois?
Across the interstate.
That was across, they had to shut down 74 and move it. They lost,
They had to cut
They
power
only lost-
lines.
yeah, cut power
Yeah.
lines, 3 brick.
Yeah, they
They only lost 3 bricks, which is pretty impressive when you think about
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, and then, looky there, it gets to Pittsboro, and I don't know if any of you remember this or have seen pictures, but that was Pittsboro Elementary releasing their balloons.
And that was a $25 or $26,000 expense to move the one-room school, just to set it down on the property it's at now.
They have applied for and received a $100,000 grant, but it was, I say matching, it wasn't actually matching. They had to come up with $50,000.
It was a Lilly grant.
Was it a Lilly grant, Lilly endowment? Okay. So if you'll go ahead, we are now, oh, I thought this was cool. This is now, Katrina just took me out there the other day. This now sits on the corner of the field where the school originally was. Yeah, which I think is very neat that it's there. So now what? You've bought this building, you've got it, you've got all this money, what are you going to do? This is what they had to do. And those pretty much speak for themselves. And volunteer labor, it was definitely, I would think, a labor of love. I was unaware over across the county line, but this was what was going on. Finally, we got to the point down here in the corner where we had school marm training. And as Lois told you, Doris Martin, who has passed away, did that training and wrote the program and did an amazing amount of work. And then there was a dedication at the schoolhouse. So here we have it. It is the year 2000, and if you haven't been to the school, this is, I think, a pretty good picture of standing at the front door, looking in. You see the slate. And then just very briefly, Katrina and I would kind of like to look at a couple of the items, a few of the things that are in there. You know, this thing came, it certainly wasn't furnished. And so the next step was we got to get some things in here to make this functional. So the dictionary is an 1892 dictionary. It has over 7,000 pages. I never counted them, but that's what they say.
It's over 10,000.
Is it over 10,000?
Over 10,000.
I never wanted to touch it or move
Yeah,
it.
over 10,000 are
Really?
numbered, but to that,
It's
Yeah.
massive.
It's like
And then there's more
4,000
that
there at
aren't
the break, when you look at it.
Yes.
Where did you get that?
Where did that
I
come
don't
from?
know, I have it written down, but I don't have that information.
Lois, I don't know if this is correct. One of the notes in the scrapbook says that was purchased on eBay.
It could be,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
That scrapbook also, that was put together by a high school student.
yes. This dictionary, I'm telling you, I thought I knew a lot of words. I'm telling you, and no way. And it must be about a 6-point font. It's incredible, it really is. Below that is the stove that is on loan, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and tell them what we tell the kids about their lunch. If they bring a potato.
If they bring a potato, we'll warm it up on the stove, and the little top moves where you can have a little plate there where you can make your rabbit stew or have your potato there. And so this part of the program, we talk about kids. We don't make fun of their fiddles. So we have to ask the kids what a fiddle is. A lot of the teachers don't know what
You
fiddles
got a lot of
are.
interesting
The
answers.
adults
don't
are
you?
cracking me up.
What's a fiddle?
Fiddle is
Your
your
vittles.
food, your lunch.
That's what you brought for lunch, but we don't make fun of
You gotta
anybody's
go back and
fiddles.
watch Beverly
I've never
Hillbillies.
seen
Yes, but I don't remember
that. I don't remember that.
You're invited to the next field trip.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Randy, what middles we have?
What's the bit,
And
what's for
I will
biddles?
tell you that we always, when a teacher or a volunteer comes and accommodates or comes with the kids, we always make them participate as a student. So they become one of the students, and we call on them to answer questions just like we do the kids.
Is Biddles
So-
in that dictionary?
It's probably spelled victuals, but I bet it's in there. I'm not looking for it though,
I'm not
because I
looking
couldn't
for it
read
either.
it.
I'm afraid to touch it.
Couldn't
actually.
read it. The one I'm afraid to touch is the map.
The map.
And
We didn't
it
get a picture, we don't have
is,
a
I
picture
know,
yet.
it's hard. I tried and it looked like a blob.
Oh.
But it is just a pull-down map like we're
Remember
used
those?
to. Remember those? Yeah, before we put our maps on smartboards. But it is actually dated 1891, a year prior to. And I know Lois has told us before that they took it somewhere to Indianapolis and had it repaired. And
A couple
someone,
$1,000?
1,000.
cost $1,000 just to have it repaired, but they put a new backing on it and very carefully replaced what was coming apart. And we use it, but every time I pull it down, I'm
It's
thinking
scary to use it, yeah.
$1,000.
But they said it would last 100 years.
Yes.
We
Oh,
still have
wow.
a few years on it.
Really?
We
Shouldn't-
only use Europe. That's
Yeah,
the only
no,
one
we
we use.
shouldn't fall apart on our watch then. So,
Yeah.
the globe is also dated 1892.
The clock.
The clock, they love the clock. We let them wind the clock with the key. Now, if you tell them you have to turn it counterclockwise, they have no clue what you mean.
That's
All
over
right,
now.
so yeah. The stereo viewer, the jar of soy beans. The picture is of Ruth K. Sparks, and she actually lived here in Pittsburgh. She was the teacher in 1910, 1911. Very, very fortunate to have her roll book. And this is a page from it, which page is interesting. It is not a roll, as you can tell. It is her end of the year report, repairs that need to be done on the schoolhouse. So very, very cool. So yes, and that's the pledge. I pledge allegiance to my flag and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, and with liberty and, I forget it, justice for all.
Yeah.
Yeah. They think they know it, but they don't.
I
Okay,
love that.
go ahead. Oh, no. And those are pretty self-explanatory. Very cool. This is Mrs. Martin, and then we've got some of Lois. And this one is my absolute favorite picture, the little girls looking at the reader. I just love that little girl's face. She just looks like, wow. Now, the little girl in the purple right behind her, she kind of looks like, where in the world have I landed? But the one in front of her, I think, is really, really good.
And when we get homeschool groups, we get kindergarten, we get toddlers in there sometimes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, we get kindergarten all the way up to 8th grade. So we really do get a one-room experience when
And
that
we
comes.
tell them
Yeah.
this would have been the way
Yeah.
it was,
So-
you know?
We really,
The picture
Yeah.
with the little girl you're talking about.
Yes.
That was in the Farm Bureau Home magazine. They came and spent the whole day, and we had, I think that was a homeschool group that day, and published it in their magazine. After that was published in their magazine, we got a homeschool group from Illinois that came over.
Really?
Yeah. We need some more publicity.
Yes.
Okay, we're almost finished with your time here. This is something that we are looking at. Just a two-sided, we'll slip in an envelope, can be digitized if we'd rather. It has the text on it that we had at the beginning, and then your FAQs. What about lunch? How do we dress? What about my special needs students? This kind of thing. What's it cost? And then a barcode. And don't scan that because it's not functioning, because if you were to go there, it doesn't tell you what I tell you it says on that yet. But this is a reason that really would like to possibly work with your web people and your tech coordinator or someone, because I really think it's concise, you know, and I even asked a few people that, you know, I've taught with, and I said, you get a flyer in the mail, you get this, quick, it's easy, barcode, scan, registration form, everything you need to know, and they were like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's what we need. We are, and as Lois said, and you all know, I mean, unfortunately, your job is so thankless, you get to look at the pennies. But, you know, busing situations, testing, test prep, the opportunities for our kids to take field trips are getting smaller, and yet the pool of educational field trips that they can choose from is larger. I mean, if you want to think of it as competition, we have a lot. And so we need to do something that's going to draw those kids in. And yeah, I can tell you, not having been here from the beginning, I'm so impressed. You know, and it has really been, it's really been fulfilling for me. And I just think that it's good. You really have something valuable here.
We have a living history museum.
We do.
That's what it
We
is.
absolutely
That's
do.
literally what it is.
After the,
So, yes.
after they make their reservations, then I send them the handbook for the teacher, which explains everything that we'll be doing and what to expect, what to tell the children to bring for lunch, and various things. This is a little pamphlet that people can pick up at the school that gives you a little outline of our program. And what Rita's talking about, we would put online.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe
Is that
kind
the
of.
original chalkboard?
No.
No, it's not. If you, that old picture, you can see kind of,
Oh, I'm
The
well
old
aware what these
slate.
look like.
I'm not
Yeah.
original either. I get that question from the kids. Did you teach here way back in the?
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you.
you are out, you know.
Yeah, right, yes.
It's in the corner.
I think so,
I
yeah.
can't
Yeah.
see that far away. My question for you
Yes.
is, I see that you say it matches 3, 4, 5.
There are, yes, and in the handbook, I don't think it's in there, in our handbook that we give to teachers, it does have, there are 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade, which, obviously it's not all, which 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade standards that it meets, because it matters now.
And
So,
we also do kindergarten program where we
Yeah.
do Christmas.
That's
And then we do a first grade program where where the kids get to see contrasts long ago and today.
And
So they come into the one-room school and they get to talk about what's the differences, what are the things that are the same. You know, and that just gets them, their little minds going about
What is
that.
your cost? I can't see it from far away.
our fee is currently $150.
150? And how many can you have at the same
We
time?
can have up to 35, but that's not ideal.
Yeah.
It's crowded.
30 is better.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, with 4th graders, because they're
They're bigger.
yeah.
Have you contacted the town, the Pittsburgh, to add it to their website too?
Well, that's something that we're going to do.
Have we done that?
With the
No.
uh,
I
open
actually,
house coming up.
I did talk to the town hall, is that, you're talking about the town hall? I did talk to them about the open house, and we were trying to figure out a good time to have it, and we were thinking of maybe doing it sometime in October, but we settled on September. We were just trying to figure out a way to get the community out here. I don't know if it's, the one-room school is strong enough to draw, we're just not, I'm not sure. So I'm open to suggestions. And, you know,
It's
the-
going in the
yeah.
Avon magazine that they have the icon.
Oh, yeah.
And Brownsburg has a magazine too, I can't remember the name of it, and in the Republican at Danville.
Good.
Yeah.
And then, of course, all things Pittsburgh on Facebook, we can put it on there as
Yes.
well. There's a lot of
Yes.
people on that. So,
I was gonna ask you something. Do the North Salem and Pittsburgh Elementaries, do the North Salem and Pittsburgh Elementary schools come every?
Pittsburgh does.
North Salem does not.
And it's free.
There's.
Yeah.
They don't have a
Went-
charge.
We just went, because I went with my son, because Lois, I talked to you.
Oh, yeah.
You're trying to get me to be a school marm.
Well, did you decide?
No pressure,
It's
but
so
Hold
much
on,
fun.
hold
on.
It is the best teaching you'll ever do.
It would be really
It's
fun.
so much fun.
would be
It is.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just went, I'm trying to think, I feel like it was a couple years ago.
It probably was
But-
because I didn't do any this spring.
Okay, but it was great. And you still have to do, at recess, you still get the.
oh yeah, the old-fashioned toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have recess either in if it's raining or outside if it's not, so we have a way
How
to
long
do
is
both.
Yeah, how long are they there?
Yeah.
They're there.
9 or 9:30 to 1:30,
Depending on their bus schedule.
Yeah.
Right.
how far
And
they
how
are.
And where
far
they
away
live and
they're
how far they have
coming.
to come from.
And the homeschool groups would like to stay all day and night. Yeah, but they're good, they're good.
Sure.
They're really fun, the homeschool
They
groups
are.
are fun.
Yeah.
There's some
And we also have
IPS is
parochial
scary.
schools. We
Do
also
they come
have-
all the way out there to you?
Sometimes, we have had IPS kids come out, but it's been a while.
Any Wayne Township?
We used to years ago.
Yeah.
Since I've done it.
Yeah, I think once.
Plainfield, I did a couple from Plainfield this
Plainfield
year.
comes pretty consistently. Of course, they've always known about it because I worked at the
Sure.
school system.
Sure.
I know a lot of the teachers. Mill Creek has come out.
That's
They
Cascade.
just recently
Rochdale.
started coming.
Yeah.
So, Brownsburg used to come, but I haven't seen them in years.
Well,
A couple of parochial schools from the Carmel area we had recently.
Yeah.
Do you
Plainfield.
feel like COVID is really what brought you into this current?
I think it is because
Yeah.
the schools themselves
'Cause it
were
changed-
shut
COVID
down.
changed
Everybody, all the
everything.
teachers
It
were
changed
trying to
everything.
get
And finances.
everybody back
Yeah.
up to where.
I mean, I know
the
personally
testing-
that, you know, this cost is fair. However,
Yeah.
you know, we have to provide all that money for that, and then it's just.
I mean, I've been retired now 3 years, but even, I mean, I remember, it used to be so easy to take a field trip. And there's just not the busing availability and the finances now to support that. And so we really, I mean, I really do think of it as we have competition. And I really do think of it, I think it's something very special. And
Well,
I've
that,
only done it a couple of years, but I've never had anyone leave without saying, this was so
I
good.
love
Best,
it.
the
I
best
know.
field trip ever.
Yeah.
It is the best field trip ever.
Yeah. So the last, if what's in the scrapbook is correct, Lois, you know more than I, the last big newspaper or magazine article was in 2012. And that's a lifetime and,
no,
you know.
the Farm Bureau home, and I put
And
the
it was-
article in the Republican last year.
okay,
Yeah.
but that's not in the scrapbook then? 'Cause we,
No.
yeah, we need
No.
to work on our communication. I think some more digital, I think the barcode to the website, just some things kind of update that maybe we can get some people. But
We
anyway, our last slide just says, oh, I did put this in. I love this picture with these kids playing, and then go ahead and clip. I told Katrina, I said, oh, it
And that's
didn't.
the picture I have.
Yeah.
Okay, originally that was all, you know,
Sure, I get it.
they look kind of ghostly, so. But it is really fun to think about how many kids have used this school building and what the history of it is, so.
I used it for 6 years.
Yeah,
Did
what did you do?
Put hay in it,
Very familiar with that building.
There's a teacher at Pittsburgh, Lois, who is that teacher from Pittsburgh that tells us that she used to play in it?
Jules?
Mhm.
Is it Julie?
Julie Wiles.
Julie Wiles.
Julie
Yeah,
Wiles.
She used to play in that, in
And
the building when
she
she was little.
Remembers one of the, Parker, Ernest.
Oh,
Edgar Parker.
Edgar.
She remembers him as
He's
a
one of ours.
child. He was older in his 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
But she remembers him as a child, and she used to play in the one-room school when she was little. She remembers playing in the one-room school. So she has history with an actual student that went there back in the time.
I vaguely
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
Vaguely.
You should see them when you tell them, okay, you're Edgar Parker, this is what happened to you. You know, you grew up and you did this and you did this.
So you have that on all the, when you,
Most
How
of them,
many-
yes.
We have it on several of them.
Not all.
We did have to make up a few few names
Yeah,
because,
sure.
in order to fill the.
Sure, fill your number.
But we have information on several of them.
We have pictures we have Frank, and his family,
Mhm.
when he was older, we have a picture of him and his family. Frank,
McClung?
no, is it Wiles or not
Well,
Wiles?
sure.
No.
No, that's Willie.
Anyway, one of the kiddos, let me see that paper, let me see if I can find his
Well, I
name.
don't think,
Frank, I don't know if Frank
I don't
is
think
in
he's
here.
in there.
I don't think he
Katrina.
is either.
I don't remember.
But we do have a picture of him.
Yes.
We do have a
It's in
picture of
the
him and his
family.
family.
Yeah.
Yes, I can't remember his last name. But anyway, but,
So
and we
Dana-
show the kids those pictures.
It's very cool.
Yeah, we show them pictures of the move. We do history at the end of the day. We come out of character and then we just talk about the history of it and everything, so.
And Dana's the contact person.
Yeah.
Yes, Dana is still the
Always, yeah.
contact person.
Any other questions? We really appreciate your time. I know you've got, beginning of the year, you've got big matters to discuss, but really encourage you to come. If you would like to just come for an hour or a half an hour, we would be more than happy to put on our teacher marm persona and kind of show you what it is that we do.
What time is the open house?
1
And
to
bring
3.
your victuals. If you'd like to bring in a couple of rabbits, we'd make up a stew. We tell the kids that once in a while.
You would make up a stew. No, I'm not touching any rabbit or squirrel.
I tell them to be sure to skin it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
I love that.
I'll tell you what, their faces, it's just, it's
Oh, I
awesome.
bet
You
it's
say,
awesome.
And
you'd
basketball.
be sure and
was
tie that
the-
mule up today.
1892 was basketball, so we talk about the peach basket in the tree, the tulip tree. And one of the students gets in trouble for playing the game, and we ask him, well, how do you get the ball out of the basket? And nobody figures out to cut a hole in it.
Takes
The
them a
girls
while.
Figure it
Yeah,
out.
the girls figure
girls
it out.
figure
And then we go, well, what would you call that game? And they go, basketball. So that's
Or
actually
mine.
a true story.
There you go.
That's what I was doing.
There you go.
So there's a lot of other history we talk about, like
Sure.
the president, we talk about Abraham Lincoln, Christopher Columbus.
They love those pictures. It's
Yeah.
interesting because, do you have my?
Mhm.
Thank you. There was a Hoosier in the White House and a Hendricks County citizen in the governor's mansion. So
Who was the governor at the time?
Ira Joy Chase, but he actually didn't live in the mansion. He lived in his home in Danville and took the train every day because his wife was blind and he didn't want her to have to
And they had 5
learn
kids.
to orient a new residence. So he took the
There's a lot
train.
of neat history that we talk about.
I mean, I'm
about that
sure
time
there
period.
It's you've got a really good thing. You've got a really good thing, and I hope y'all can come and take advantage of it. And
Thank you.
maybe I'll see you next Friday night. I'm not sure what shirt I'll be wearing though, because that is that opening game, and it's Tri-West
That's
Weibo
fair.
game this year.
Oh,
so
oh, is it
You
really?
need to get you a
Yeah.
hat.
That's next
I
Friday?
could do my half.
Yeah.
If you guys can send me the stuff you'd like online, I can have our school corporation, Mr. Fry, blast it out on social media too.
That would be great.
Just to try to increase sight, and
Yeah.
get more views so that people see things. So
Yeah.
we can definitely push it out that way.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I really enjoyed this. Thank you.
It was great.
It was great.
Tell your friends.
Yeah,
Will
Come
do.
see us.
Thank you.
Next thing on the report is just a little overview of opening of school. School itself has gone fantastically well by all accounts. So the education, the building principals have all said it's been great. Like as far as I've gotten all my feedback on that,
Great.
fantastic.
Great.
We know there's been struggles in other areas, like transportation, and we continue to work through. But school itself has gone very well. Enrollment right now is down slightly, but we still have a little bit of making sure we have accounted for the kids who are on our system but aren't going to school here anymore. It always takes a few weeks
Yes.
because we have to wait for the other schools to contact us so we know where they're at to be able to remove them. So I don't have exact numbers yet, but we're down a little bit at this point.
Thank you for that update.
Thank you. Okay, so at this time, we need to close the regular board meeting. And And the next item on the agenda is for the board to hold a preliminary hearing on the proposed project. If, this is the second preliminary determination hearing of the 2025 Unified Project. If you are interested in speaking at the hearing, please make sure you have signed the sign-in sheet at the back of the room, which should include your name and address. After a presentation by the administration and its advisors, there will be an opportunity for the public to make comments about the project. At the hearing, we will ask that each person limit their comments to 3 minutes and that the topic be limited to the proposed project under consideration. The notice of this preliminary determination hearing was published as legally required. The first preliminary determination hearing was held on July 8th, 2025. At this time, I will ask Mr. Hoball to explain the purpose of this hearing.
So pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1.1-20-3.1, a school corporation must hold 2 public hearings and adopt a resolution to preliminary determine to issue bonds or enter a lease for which a project has a total project cost in excess of a non-controlled project. These public hearings and the adoption of resolutions are the very beginning of the legal process. These resolutions establish the maximum financial terms for the proposed project.
We will now also hear from Mr. Hoball about the process of determining and communicating the project to the community and the need for the project.
We have been discussing this project in multiple board meetings for quite a few months now, but essentially what it comes down to is trying to give ourselves some financial leeway for the next few years to be able to accomplish a few projects, including some roofs, some HVAC impacts, and primarily the computer refresh that we do annually for our students, just to make sure we continue to have updated computers. The other couple things that are on the list would include being able to upgrade tech for teachers with smart boards and those concepts, as well as being able to continue to replenish our buses that as they age out, we have time to do that. So this bond process is hoping to cover, I'd say, close to 5 years of expenses.
Okay, thank you. We will now also hear from Ms. Hoball about how the proposed project will be financed, as well as information about the effect on the typical property taxpayer.
So the finance will come through bond proceeds, which would be a piece that we would end up taxing as we normally do. We have had, Stiefel has been here for 2 meetings to present exactly what that looks like. With the law changes that we've seen, essentially the school corporation has moved to trying to come up with a flat levy, more or less, that we're not increasing our rate all the time, but just trying to keep that levy as the property taxes are changing. And the effects of Senate Bill 1, and trying to figure out what that looks like. Even our advisors are telling us we don't quite know exactly what that's going to look like. So we're doing the best we can to basically keep what taxpayers are paying the same, even though that rate could change a little bit based on what that would look like with your assessed valuation stuff, which we have 0 control over.
Okay, thank you. We will now open the public hearing. Remember, if you'd like to speak, please sign in on the sheet, which is located in the back of the room. As I mentioned earlier, we ask that you state your name and address, limit your comments to the proposed project and financing, keep any comments to 3 minutes, and avoid being repetitive if possible. Anybody on the sign-in sheet? No. Okay. No one would like to speak? Okay. Thank you to all who have participated in this hearing. We appreciate your time and interest in the projects and the future of our community. Please note that this is just the first, this is the second step in the legal process. The board will continue to work with the administration and its professionals to look for efficiencies to conserve tax dollars while meeting our educational needs. And bond counsel, could you please summarize the preliminary determination resolution?
And hello, I'm Lauren Seiler. I'm here from Ice Miller, serving as bond counsel for the school corporation. Appreciate you guys having us here this evening. The preliminary determination resolution is the first resolution included in your board packet with respect to this project and these bonds tonight. It is required anytime the school corporation is looking to finance a project for a facility in excess of certain thresholds. Tonight, the total project amount that we are looking at is $12.5 million, a maximum maturity of 20 years, interest rates ranging from 2 to 7%, and total estimated interest cost of $10,697,633. Those numbers are all included in that preliminary determination resolution. So I just wanted to reiterate those, but they're the same that Stiefel's presented to you at the past hearings. Those are maximum parameters. So the resolution is setting those. At any point between now and any bonds that are issued with respect to this project, the board can come down from those numbers and adjust to actually meet the needs of the project and the school corporation.
Okay, thank you very much. So can I have a motion to adopt the preliminary determination resolution? I have a first from JD,
Second.
second from Brad. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Okay, that passes. And then bond council, can you please summarize the reimbursement resolution?
Yes, so the second resolution in your packet is the reimbursement resolution. Essentially, if the school corporation expends any dollars from your operations or your rainy day fund before the bonds are actually issued, adopting this resolution preserves your ability to reimburse those school funds using the bond proceeds once they're obtained. It does not obligate you to do so, but under federal tax law, this just preserves the ability to do that reimbursement process.
Thank you. Can I have a motion for the reimbursement resolution?
Jamie.
First from Jamie,
I'll second that.
second from Emily. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, motion passes. And then we need a motion for the resolution approving the refinancing of ad valorem property tax first mortgage refunding series 2016A.
And I can speak to that briefly. I apologize, it's not in the script for me to do
Okay,
so, but if
thank
that's
you.
helpful, I'm happy to expand on that.
That would help.
I
Thank you.
apologize, we noticed after the fact that we didn't specifically list that in there. Essentially, this is, these bonds were issued back in 2016. They have a call date, basically an opportunity to refinance them if interest rates prove to be lower than what they were originally issued at. We're coming upon that date upon which we could refinance them. This resolution simply authorizes the school corporation and its advisors to monitor whether the financial savings are worthwhile to go through that process, and just gives the green light to do so when the market is right to actually achieve those savings. It does not obligate the school corporation to do so again, but the only effect of actually refunding those would be to minimize or reduce the interest costs to the school corporation and the taxpayers. Just an authorization to move forward and keep eyes on that.
And just to give you guys an idea, Steve contacted me last week, and he said, just to throw this out to you, because if we did it today, it'd be a $200,000 savings. So we're talking about big money we're looking to save, not just like $5,000 or $10,000. We're trying to save a lot of money that way to, help the taxpayers pay less.
And I believe they do always look at that net of the cost of actually going through the process, so they're mindful of making sure that those savings are worthwhile.
Yeah.
But I appreciate that, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so can we have a first?
Yes.
First from JD,
Second from Jamie.
second from Jamie. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Okay, that passes as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very
Thank
much
you.
for coming. Okay, we're good there. We can close this hearing. Okay. So hearing and reopen the regular board meeting. First on the agenda here is the consent agenda. So this includes meeting minutes from a work session on July 7th, a regular session on July 8th, payment of claims, payroll report. We have donations and sponsorships. We have Tri-West Middle School Gold sponsors, 2 of them, Iron Workers Local 22 and Gadberry Realty both donated $1,000 to Tri-West Middle School. We also have the personnel report and our student transfer request report. Any questions on the consent agenda? Okay, I will make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Second from JD. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Consent agenda passes. We have no action items for tonight.
Nothing, no action items, I know.
I know.
It's amazing.
That's ever happened.
Any discussion items? Okay, for our calendar, we have Labor Day on September 1st, 2025, no school, and then our next board meeting will be September 9th, right here at 6:30. Anything else? Okay. Meeting
Motion to
adjourned.
adjourn?
Oh, yeah, I have to get a motion.
Yeah.
Okay, Brad makes a motion to adjourn. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Wow, Labor Day already. Oh.
I
I saw that on Labor Day.
Ooh.